In this video, let's learn how do we simplify an algebraic expression. Okay, so remember, for additions and subtraction, we only can do for like terms. For unlike terms, we cannot plus them together or do the subtraction. Okay, now let's look at this first question. So 2xy plus pq over 3 can be performed the addition between these two terms? No, because these two are unlike terms. So what I'm going to do here is to open up the parentheses here first. So 2xy plus pq over 3. Okay, let me rewrite this again. pq over 3. Positive, negative become negative. 5xy plus 2 over 3 pq. Okay, what I'm going to do next is look for like terms. So these two are like terms, right? So 2 minus 5 is equal to negative 3. If you are not sure, you always can use your calculator to check. When you want to simplify, you want to do the subtraction between these two terms, you don't have to key in the xy. What you need to key in your calculator is a coefficient here, 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5. Okay, it's equal to negative 3, and just copy the variable, which is x, y. Okay, now, these two are like terms. So this pq over 3 is actually the same thing as 1 over 3 pq. Okay, so how do we use your calculator to do the addition between these two terms? You just press your calculator 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3, which is equal to 3 over 3, which is equal to 1, right? 1 pq, you don't have to write 1 pq, you just need to write pq. Okay, so this is the answer of the first question. So, but if this step will make you confused, I will suggest you to rearrange first. Now, look for like terms, like term. Now, do you notice that when I circle the like term, I circle together with the sign in front of it? So 2 minus 5, 2xy minus 5xy. So what I'm going to do here is I write one more step. 2xy minus 5xy. And then these two like terms, again, when I circle them, I circle together with the plus sign. This is not circle, I just draw a square. Okay, I include the sign in front of the terms. So what I need to do next is just copy plus pq over 3 plus 2 over 3 pq. Okay, now 2 minus 5, you will get this, which is negative 3xy. 2xy minus 5xy, which is equal to negative 3xy. So how about this one? Just press your calculator, 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3, you will get 3 over 3, which is equal to 1. So plus 1 pq, you don't have to write 1 pq, you just need to write pq. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 1. Now let's try question number 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, this is multiply, right? This is divide. For multiplication and divide and divisions, like terms or unlike terms doesn't matter. We can do multiplication and division for like terms or unlike terms. Okay, what I'm going to do first is to do the division inside the parentheses first. So what I'm going to do here is copy this whole thing. Okay, so this, I'm going to change it become this form. Over, divide is over, pq power 4 r power 3 minus 1 over 2 pq. Okay, now copy this one first, and then let me do the division between these two terms. So still remember what I told you before. Now I want to simplify the variable p. Look for the variable which has a lower power. So this is p power 1, this is p power 2. So I'm going to cut this one, and this become 1. Okay, 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So this is q power 3, this is q power 4. this has lower power, cut this whole thing, and 4 minus 3, you will get 1. Okay, now this is r power 1, this is r power 3, cut the one with the lower power. Okay, so 3 minus 1, you will get 2. Now, after doing simplification here, we have to go through carefully so that we do not miss out any variable or the power of the variable. Okay, now we have 4p here, 4p. So how about here? This is qr squared, qr squared. Okay, minus negative 1 minus 1 over 2 pq. Okay, now multiplication between this term and this term, we can divide it by 4, divided by 4. Okay, so now again, this is q squared. I'm going to cut this one and it becomes 1. 2 minus 1, you get 1. So this is r squared. Cut this one and this will become 1. Again, go through all the things here carefully. So we have p, q, and this we have r. Okay, for this part, we just copy minus 1 over 2 pq. So these two are unlike terms, so we can just stop here. Let's say if you want to combine them together, you can do it this way. Now this is pq, the denominator here is r, right? Let me change it become this. Let's say you want to combine these two together. So this is a fraction. If you want to perform additions or subtraction, they need to have the same denominator. So what I'm going to do here is I times 2, this time r times r. Okay, so here will become 2pq, 2r. Here will become pqr, 2r. Now they have the same denominator. We can combine them together. Become 2pq minus pqr over 2r. Okay, we just stop here because pq and pqr, they are unlike terms. We cannot perform subtraction between these two terms. So actually, this question, I want to set the power of r here is equal to, but just now I accidentally wrote power 3. Okay, let me change it to 2, then I'm going to show you again how to do it. Now I already changed this to 2. Let's try again. So you can pause the video and try to do it yourself, see whether you can get the answer correctly. Okay, so same thing, I'm going to change this one into a fraction. 4p squared q power 3r. Okay, so this is p q power 4 r power 2 minus 1 over 2 pq. Okay, so this one I just copy first, then do the division for this part. P squared, p, cut this one, 1p left. Okay, q cube, q power 4, cut this one, we have 1 over here, power 1. And this r squared, cut this one, 2 minus 1, you will get 1. Okay, so go through this whole thing carefully. We have 4p, and this is qr, minus 1 over 2 pq. Okay, just now I show you, I simplified like this, right? Okay, if this will make you confused, you can do it another way. So let me show you another way here. So what I'm going to do here, I don't want to simplify them first because I worry that I will make mistake later. So I'm going to combine, going to do the multiplication between the numerator and the denominator first. So 4p times this whole thing, you will get 4p q squared r. So how about here? 4qr minus 1 over 2 pq. Okay, after combining these two terms, then only I start to do the simplification. Now 4 cancel. Okay, q squared q cancel this one, r cancel. Now I will have PQ over here. PQ minus 1 over 2 PQ. Okay, now can we do the subtraction between these two terms? Yes, because they are like terms, right? So you don't see any coefficient here, it means 1. 1 minus 1 over 2 is equal to 1 over 2. If you are not sure, you always can use your calculator to help you to get the answer. So when you use your calculator to calculate this one, to simplify these two terms, you don't have to key in P and Q. What you need to key in is 1 minus 1 over 2. 1 minus 1 over 2. Then you will get 1 over 2. Okay, just write 1 over 2 and copy the variable 1 over 2 PQ. If you don't want to write like this, you also can write like this. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 2. Now let's look at question number 3. Okay, this looks complicated, but we can try. Let's try. Do it slowly. You can pause the video, try yourself first, so we see whether you can get the answer correct or not. Okay. Plus minus become positive, negative become negative. Open up this parenthesis first. Okay, here you can start to do the simplification. So let's say if you worry that you cut here and here, and here, you will make you confused. So you can combine these two together first, as I told you before. So how to combine these two together first? So this P square Q R are written at the meters of this fraction. You can just assume that this is on the top of a fraction. So let me combine these two together first. So 3P square Q R times 10Q. So it will become 3, 10, you get 30. Okay, P square Q, you will get Q square. R just copy. Okay, so 5, 7, 35. 5 times 7, 35. Okay, this is just PR. Positive, negative become negative. This one just copy first. Okay, remember only like terms we can perform the addition and subtraction. Now I can start to simplify here. Let me do the simplification for this part. Divided by 5. Divided by 5. Okay, P square, P, cut this one. Q square, we cannot do anything, just copy it later. So R cancel it. Now, after doing the simplification, we have to carefully go through this whole term. 6PQ square, 6PQ square, 6P power 1, Q power 2. And here we have 7. The rest we just copy first. Now let me continuing doing it. Okay, so this is negative 5xy. These two we can cancel. Divided by 7, divided by 7. And the p here divided by p divided by p. Okay. Negative, positive become negative. So we have 6q squared. 6q squared. Okay, so here is 1. You don't have to write 1. You just need to write 6q squared. 6q squared. The rest, let me copy first. Now, you will notice that this and this are like terms. This and this are like terms. Okay, sorry, this is square. So you can perform the addition or subtraction between like terms. So if you want, you can rearrange all these terms. If you want, you can just do it this way. Now focus on this term and this. Negative 5 plus 6 is equal to 1. 1xy, you don't have to write 1, you just need to write xy. Okay, now focus on these two terms. They are like terms. Negative 6 minus 5. If you are not sure, you can press your calculator. So negative 6 minus 5 is equal to negative 11. So the q square, we just copy. So let's say if you don't want to do it this way, you want to start to do the simplification here also can, you will still get the same answer. Let me show you how. Now cut this one. Okay, let me use another color. I think I do this one. I copy here and show you again. 3 over 5 p square q times r times 10 q 7 divided by 7 pr. Okay, now I'm going to show you another way. Divided by 5, divided by 5. The p here cancel, r cancel. Now we have to go to the whole expression carefully. So we have 3p q, oh sorry, not 3p. So this 3 times 2, you will get 6 p q square. And how about here? 7. Now you see, you are actually getting the same answer. Okay, it's up to you. You want to combine them together, then only start to do the simplifications, or you want to straight away doing simplification first, then only combine these two together. Now let's try one more. Okay, now it's look complicated, but if we do it step by step, should be no problem to get the correct answer. Okay, so remember, it's the basic operation sequence, arithmetic operation sequence is almost the same like the integer what you learned in chapter 1. So we do the multiplication and division first, then followed by additions and subtraction. If we have a parenthesis, we have to do the operation inside the parenthesis first. Okay, now let me change this one. Divide, right? Let me change to this. P square Q. Positive, negative. Okay, this one I think I don't want to change it first. Okay, actually just now I wanted to write the negative in front of the 9xy here. But I think right here is okay. I think it will be more complicated, easier to make mistake. Okay, let me change this one. Positive, negative becomes negative, and this whole thing I will just copy first. 9xy plus 10pq over 5. They are sharing the same denominator. Okay, so here I'm going to do expansion. This time, this, do you remember you learned in chapter 1 about the distributive law? Let's say, for example, 6 plus 3 times 2. So normally we do this way, right? 6 plus 3 equal to 9. So 2 times 9 is equal to 18. Besides doing so, we also can use the distributive law. 6 plus 3. 2, 6, 12. Positive, positive, you get positive. 2, 3, you get 6. You will get exactly the same answer. So now I'm going to apply this to help me to do this part. Negative, negative become positive. So if you worry that you will make mistake, you can just use your calculator to press the answer. So it's up to you. You want to key in negative. Let's say if you want to key in negative, so you don't have to write any sign here first. Negative 2 over 3, then time negative 6. You get positive 4. You just write positive plus 4 PQ. Okay. Now negative, positive, you will get negative. Since I already consider the sign negative, positive, you get negative. So now this time when I key in the calculator, I don't have to key in the negative sign. I just key in 2 over 3 times 15 over 2. But if you worry you will start to get confused, then don't do this way. Just don't write any sign first, and then press your calculator, include the negative sign. Negative 2 over 3 times 15 over 2. 15 over 2. Okay, you will get negative 5. negative 5xy. Okay, so the next step, you need to be more careful here. So what I'm going to do here is to simplify here and break this algebraic term become two terms because they are sharing the same denominator, which is 5. But because you have a negative sign here, you need to be extra careful. Now p squared cancel this, you have 1 over here. Okay, now this is negative 7pq, negative 7pq. Okay, here you need to be more careful. 9xy over 5 plus 10pq over 5. If you write like this, it's not correct. You need to put a parenthesis because it's minus this whole thing. You need to put a parenthesis over here. So plus 4pq minus 5xy. Okay, so now here we can do the simplification between these two. Divided by 5, divided by 5. Negative 7pq. Okay, so I'm going, okay, let me copy first so that you won't get confused. 2pq plus 4pq minus 5xy. Now, only I open up this parenthesis. Negative 7pq, negative positive, you get negative 9 over 5. xy here, if you want to write at the middle here, is fine, it's okay. So negative positive, you get negative 2pq plus 4p. Oh, sorry, I forgot to copy the q. 4pq, right? Okay, 4pq minus 5xy. Okay, so now we only left plus and minus. So remember, only like term we can plus and minus. Focus on pq, the term with the variable of pq first. So do you notice that when I make a rectangle over each like terms, I include together the sign in front of it. So what you need to do next is just press your calculator. If you worry that you will make mistake, negative 7 minus 2 plus 4. Okay, so you will get negative 5. Is that correct? Yes, negative 5. Now let's go to xy. So this time involve fraction. Let's show. So you can just press your calculator. Negative 9 over 5 minus 5. You get negative 34. Negative 34 over 5. Negative 34 over 5 xy. So let's say if you don't want to use the calculator, you actually can do it this way, but normally we do not do it this way. You can do beside here, negative 9 over 5 minus 5. So just forget about the x, y. So how do we get this? I think you still remember, right? You learned in primary school. So change the denominator become the same first, 9 over 5. This time 5 times 5. Now, this is equal to negative 34 over 5. Okay, that's all for this video. Hopefully you understand better how to simplify an algebraic expression after watching this video. Okay, let me double check again. It says answer correct. Okay, correct. That's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.